All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go racing from Kentucky. Up front is going to be Jeremy Gardner and Jeffrey Goodpaster. Patrick Gitter, Jacob Morgan on the second row. Richie Joplin, Justin Swafford on the third. Patrick Pieper and Clay Kirchenbauer on the fourth row. Nowski and PJ Cox rounding out the top 10. Tyler Ott, Brandon Newby starting in 11th and 12th. 13th will be Ryan McDaniels with Colby Whipple in 14th. Brody Green in 15th. Lance Sponberg in 16th. Jeff Sheldon starting in 17th. And Jeremy Baker in 18th. Jared Woodard starts 19th. Kevin Bernheimer in 20th. Darren Silva rounding out the field. A little bit smaller field than what we're used to seeing out of the Nowski Nation here tonight. And still waiting on Jeremy Gardner to take to the grid. Probably needed a new diaper before he got started. There he goes. He's got his binky and he's ready to go. And getting word from Evan Smith that Darren Silva got a little help from Patrick Pieper tonight to make sure he could make it into this race. And it speaks volumes about the community, how much help that they give each other. Darren, we'll give it a try here in just a little bit, buddy. Hopefully your mic is working. Looks like we're going to have a delay of the green flag while everybody gets bunched up. The view from the front stands from the fans as they get ready to go racing. And I know what this one is. This is a salute for tonight is the Gary Edwards Memorial Race for the 1 year anniversary of Jeremy Edwards' dad's passing. This is a salute to that family. So Edwards family, this is for you. Jeremy, I hope you and your family are watching, buddy. And I gotta say, this means a lot. You guys did this for me a couple months back when my grandfather passed, and it meant more than I could ever say. What everybody did, all the leagues pitched in, it meant so much to me and my family, and I know this means a lot to Jeremy and his. You know, we've seen 3 and 4 wide salutes. It's very rare that you see a 5 wide salute. What a great job by the Nowski Nation. And looks like they get the signal. They're going to get them lined up, stacked up, and ready to go here. And catch back up to the pace car as well. Chance matter of giving the drivers a piece of advice. Remember, everyone, you can win going into turn one on the first lap. So I guess he's saying y'all send it from the word go. Quick look from the blimp here tonight. The blimp riding a little bit low tonight to give us some great shots here at Kentucky. Chopper also out there tonight for some more great shots. Lights are out on the pace car. It's almost time to go racing from Kentucky. Gardner trying to get a little heat into those tires, but remember, this track is so abrasive, you have to be careful how much you do. Everybody stacked up, ready to go. Pace car about to drop in. Pace car is in. Here we go. Jeremy Gardner leads them down as we start. Down the front straightaway into the restart zone. They fire. Green is in the air. They're down and away at Kentucky. Patrick Pieper looked like he had a little problem on the start. They're already trying to get three wide. Richie Joplin trying to make a move up. The high line into turn three is not where you want to be early. A couple drivers, though, right up there by the wall, including Clay Kirchenbauer. Jeremy Gardner holds on and leads the first lap. Gitter now in second. Jeffrey Goodpaster, Jacob Morgan battling it out for third. Morgan up on the high side trying to use the momentum. He clears Goodpaster. Now back to third as Morgan goes to, or back to fourth as Morgan goes to third. And Gardner just setting the fastest lap of the race out front. Justin Swafford trying to make something happen. Richie Joplin on the high side trying to reclaim a spot. Patrick Pieper right back there with him. No big position changes so far in the top 10. Outside the top 10, Colby Whipple up to 13th. Lance Spawnberg up to 14th. Jeff Sheldon up to 15th. All of them up 2 spots each. Jacob Morgan in the 24th just scored. No, Pudge just set the fastest lap. Lap times will continue to drop for 2 or 3 more laps, and then tire wear is going to start taking a toll. It'll be interesting to talk to the drivers on the stage break and see just how much tires they have left. And it looks like the fastest laps may be done because times are starting to drop. Now, worth noting, Pudge's last lap, a 30:19. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Over the next 24 laps until the stage breaks, times are just going to continue to get slower. It may come down to the stage wins may come down to the guy that conserves the best and maintains the highest speed, but the overall race win is going to come down to tire conservation and stretching that car. Morgan looking down to the bottom on Gardner for second place. He's got to run. Side by side down the front straightaway. Gardner pulls back ahead. They're battling, allowing Jeffrey Goodpaster and Justin Swafford to gain ground. Morgan finally clears into second. Gardner in third, now under attack. Jeffrey Goodpaster started on the front row. Dropped back early. He's starting to fight his way back. The leader pulling away while everybody is battling back behind. Second through sixth place, all in this fight. Even Patrick Pieper back in seventh. Clay Kirchenbauer in eighth. Pudge in ninth. All stacked right there together. Kirchenbauer now looking to the bottom for seventh. Oh, ho, ho. Pieper trying to get a little side draft there, but wasn't enough. Kirchenbauer in a couple of races this season has said he has gotten really good at conserving, but sometimes a little too much conserving. Looks like he's taking it a little bit harder this time. Gardner still has the lead by 9/10 of a second over Gardner. Gardner coming back by Jacob Morgan into second. Morgan now back to third. Swafford in fourth. Jeffrey Goodpaster in fifth. Richie Joplin in sixth. Clay Kirchenbauer now in seventh. Patrick Pieper in eighth. Pudge in ninth. And PJ Cox currently runs in 10th. Well, one driver is starting to make his way forward quite a bit. Up five spots now into 14th. Jarrett Woodard is coming alive. Jarrett definitely one of the quieter, more conservative drivers, and it pays off at tracks like this where he can save the tires, make them last longer than everybody else. Blake Beacon drops into the chat. Can't come out here and wreck newbie for us tonight, but and we, as mentioned earlier, we didn't get to see him wrecked during qualifying. That was a real heartbreaker tonight. So Beacon, since you can't be here tonight, who is your pick? An abrasive track, a lot of tire saving comes into play here. Who is your pick for the win tonight? Patrick Gardner in second, now starting to run down Gardner. Swafford in third. Morgan now back to 4th. Richie Joplin back up to 5th. Clay Kirchenbauer picking up some spots here and there. Now up into 6th. I cannot tell what Kirchenbauer's got on the back quarter panels of his car. First time I noticed it, that spiral, I thought it was a target, which would have been hilarious. Blake Vegan saying Gitter, the bona fide winner, is his pick to win here tonight. But no matter what, it will not be Newbie. Newbie currently running in 12th. Coming by Whipple. Whipple fighting back on the high side. Brody Green back behind in 14th. Woodard now in 15th. Ryan McDaniel holding on right there in 16th. We've got a car kissing the wall, I believe. That was Bernheimer. Looked like Bernheimer gave the wall a little kiss out of turn 2. We've got a blinker back behind us. Darren Silva. Bernheimer, despite the little kiss to the wall, is starting to make a move up on the high side. Wow, he's getting the wall literally every time out of turn 2. The way the tires wear here, I would imagine that those kisses he's giving that wall are going to turn into make-out sessions before long. Gardner still in the lead. Gitter has gained to about 6/10 of a second, but it's kind of stalled. He's not gained anything the last couple of laps. Then as soon as I say something, he dives into turn 3 and gains 1/10 of a second. Swafford back in 3rd. Morgan in 4th. Kirchenbauer now up into 5th, picking them off one at a time. Richie Joplin in 6th. Patrick Pieper in 7th. Pujanowski 8th. Tyler Ott in 9th. And PJ Cox running in 10th. Jeffrey Goodpaster has really started to fade here in this first stage. After starting on the front row, he's all the way back to 12th. Look for that second stage, him to be using a bit of a different strategy and maybe start making his way back toward the front. Gardner has started pulling away from Gitter again. Swafford back in 3rd, Morgan in 4th, Kirchenbauer in 5th. Richie Joplin holding on to 6th, staying right in Kirchenbauer's tire tracks. Pujanowski made his way to 8th, has not had a lot of momentum going his way here so far tonight. Tyler Ott currently running in 9th, PJ Cox in 10th. A lot of battles going on in the top 10, but more outside the top 10. Woodard still battling it out with Brody Green. That's the battle for 14. Oh, Woodard gets a wall. Woodard gets a wall. Bernheimer comes flying by. Ryan McDaniel has the door open now. Can be tricky on old tires to keep the car off, carry as much momentum off too as possible. and not get into the wall, that is definitely a tricky proposition. You see a lot of bobbling coming off turn 2 as these guys try and hold those cars down. McDaniel now down to the inside. Gets a push in the middle of turns 3 and 4 and goes up the track. Turns 3 and 4 here are just brutal. We mentioned the tire wear quite a few times. Gardner, actually, let's look at Nowski, who has the fastest lap of the race at 30.19. Last time by, 32.25. The tire wear is definitely having a big effect here on lap times. Brandon Newby starting to come to life now. He is up in the top 10 and 9th. Blake, I am really looking forward to seeing that car, buddy. Blake Vegan will have a surprise new car next week. Gardner continues to lead as they close in on the stage break. His lead now 0.8 to 0.9 of a second. Swafford has closed in on Gitter here at the late stages of stage 1. Okay, getting word that Jeff Sheldon is supposed to take out Brandon Newby. That has not happened yet. That could be a problem. Oh, Pudge a little bit loose through the turn. Pudge got a little loose getting into turn 3 that time. Opened the door and Newby slides on through. Gardner comes around to complete lap 30. Caution is out for the first stage, and Gardner wins the first stage here tonight. Gitter comes down second, Swafford in third, Morgan in fourth, Clay Kirchenbauer in fifth. Gardner and Gitter have been locked in a points battle all season long. The playoffs have just made it even closer. It could come down to a situation where bonus points are a deciding factor. And Gardner leads the whole field down pit road. All 21 cars now on pit road. Jeremy Gardner the first to hit his pit stall, 4 tires and fuel. The big advantage that first pit stall, regardless of when he gets done, he does not have to watch his speedometer, but he does not get out with the lead. It looks like Gitter gets the lead. Swafford comes out second, Kirchenbauer in third, Morgan in fourth. Gardner comes out in fifth. And let's see if we can talk to one of the drivers, not the stage winner. Well, unfortunately, we don't see Jeff Sheldon available to talk to him about Rick and Brandon Newby. Steve Vicken, very disappointed we're not seeing Blakey Poo, Snickerdoodle Boo Boo not racing tonight. That nickname's going to keep getting longer till I just can't say it anymore. All right, let's talk to our stage winner. Hey, Jeremy, it's Doug. You got me?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, a great stage win, but a little bit of a rough pit stop.
Yeah, it was. It is what it is, though.
Obviously, you were one of the fastest out there and even pulled away on the long run. Can you get back up to the front and get another stage win here?
We should see. It seems like it's going to be kind of hard to pass just looking at how the lines are, so kind of hard to say.
Well, good luck. Pull that diaper up tight, get your binky in, and go to work.
All right. Thanks, Papa. I hope that retirement check hits tomorrow.
Thanks, buddy. Jeremy Gardner gets the stage win here. Oh, my goodness. So Patrick Gitter and Justin Swafford have the front row. Clay Kirchenbauer, Jacob Morgan on the second row. Gardner and Pujanowski now have the third row. Patrick Pieper, Brandon Newby on the fourth, and PJ Cox and Brody Green rounding out the top 10. Worth noting, probably the hungriest driver out there tonight is Clay Kirchenbauer. A ton of second place finishes, a ton of close calls, has not been to victory lane yet this season. Definitely wants that win more than anybody else. Here we go, they fire. Green is back in the air. Gitter gets a good jump on the field, off into turn one. They're trying to get 3 wide back behind his guys, trying to make up every position. Oh! Morgan gets the wall. I think Pudge might have got a little bit. Looks like Morgan might have a little bit of right front damage on the car. Yes, he does. Now Clay Kirchenbauer has fought his way up to second, but now he's got Swafford battling on the bottom, and here comes Gardner, the stage 1 winner. And we've got a car off in the grass. It's Pudge. What happened to Pudge here up on the high side? Just gets a little too wide into the outside wall. Has a hold of it for a moment. Tries to save it and get it back up to speed and just can't do it. He manages to get rolling. No caution, but a heartbreak for Pujanowski here early. Justin Swafford now up in second, sets his sights on Patrick Gitter. Clay Kirchenbauer in third, Gardner now in fourth, Morgan in fifth. Patrick Pieper now in sixth, Newby up 5 spots into seventh. I know Blake Viken's really happy right now. PJ Cox in 8th, Brody Green in 9th, Tyler Ott in 10th. Richie Joplin has slipped back into 11th. Colby Whipple Now up into 12th, Kevin Bernheimer up 7 spots into 13th. Darren Silva up 7 spots into 14th. Jarrett Woodard and Lance Sponberg have both towed to pit road. I don't know what happened with Jared, but let's take a look at Lance. No idea what happened with Lance. He just almost stops in 3 and 4, turns down the track. No caution though, and Patrick Gitter continues to lead. Swafford in second, just chipping away little by little at Gitter's lead. Kirchenbauer holding even in third. Gardner in fourth. Pieper in fifth. Jacob Morgan now back to sixth. And here comes Newbie up to 7th place. Newbie staying right on the back bumper of Jacob Morgan here. PJ Cox currently in 8th, Tyler Ott in 9th. Richie Joplin starting to make his way back up. He is back in the top 10 as he looks underneath Ott but can't get there. Brody Green in 11th trying to get back by. And Brandon Newby has gotten by Morgan for 6th place. Lance Sponberg is on his way back off pit road. Hey, good evening, David. How's it going? I know you're coming to cheer on Clay Kirchenbauer, currently running in 3rd place. But here comes Gardner looking down to the bottom. Gardner down to the inside, has a run down the back straightaway. Through 3 and 4, the momentum goes to Kirchenbauer on the high side, but Gardner has such a run, he manages to hold that inside groove. Wow, congratulations to Indy Kirchenbauer winning his 5th feature and his season series championship. I saw the note over the weekend on the 5th feature. I did not see the note on the championship. Congratulations to Indy. Clay Kirchenbauer currently holds on to 4th. Patrick Pieper now in 5th. Newbie up to 6th. And Newbie is running down Patrick Pieper. Could be one of Newbie's best races of the season here. Jeff Sheldon, who has been paid off to try and wreck Newbie, is currently back in 17th. But Nowski, after that incident, and you see he has got significant right front damage, currently riding around at 18th, the last car on the lead lap. He'll have to use that repair on the stage brake and hope to fight his way back toward the front. Swafford has taken the lead from Patrick Gitter. Gitter now to second. Gardner and Kirchenbauer starting to run him down. Gitter trying to fight back to the inside, and this is just helping Gardner and Kirchenbauer as these two battle it out. Gitter can't make a stand there, slips back into second place. Kirchenbauer holding on to Gardner in third place. They're within a half a second now. And Brandon Newby has cracked into the top 5 for the first time tonight. He has gotten past Patrick Pieper. Jacob Morgan now back in 7th. Richie Joplin starting to make his way up. Now back up to 8th. PJ Cox in 9th. Tyler Ott in 10th. Brody Green up 4 spots into 11th. Colby Whipple in 12th. Jeffrey Goodpaster qualified really well, but has struggled in the race. He is back in 13th. Kevin Bernheimer now up into 14th. Darren Silva in 15th. Those two battling it out side by side. Silva's got to run. Jeff Sheldon back in 16th. McDaniel in 17th. Pudge in 18th. Gitter back to the lead with Swafford on the bumper, and Gardner is there. Kirchenbauer loses a little ground to the leaders, now a little over half a second behind. This definitely plays into Gardner's hand. He's only had to make one pass that he had to fight for. That was coming around Clay Kirchenbauer. Patrick Gitter and Justin Swafford, meanwhile, have swapped the lead multiple times, and I am sure worn out the tires a bit more. Kirchenbauer in 4th, Newby in 5th. Newby under 3 seconds behind the lead pack, and he is gaining on him. Jacob Morgan in 6th, Pieper in 7th, Richie in 8th. PJ Cox currently runs in 9th, Tyler Ott in 10th. Darren Silva has started to come alive. He is now up into 14th place after starting in 21st. Problems during his qualifying run set him to the back. It has not slowed him down though. Bernheimer though down to the bottom has a run off too. Bernheimer now back to 14th. Gitter, Swafford, and Gardner still nose to tail, the top three. Closing in on this break for stage 2. Little bit of lap traffic coming into play now. Lance Spawnberger, we saw, had problems earlier on. Nowski just needing to hold on for a few more laps till he can get to pit road under caution and get that car fixed. That hard hit into the outside wall definitely took its toll. And there it is, the caution for stage 2. Patrick Gitter wins the stage. Swafford comes home in second and Gardner in third. Clay Kirchenbauer in fourth, Newbie in fifth. Jacob Morgan, Richie Joplin, Patrick Pieper, PJ Cox, and Tyler Ott rounding out the top 10. So Gardner wins stage 1, Gitter wins stage 2. And they all come around. You can bet they're all coming to pit road for fresh tires. They lost over 2 seconds a lap on that last run. Now they'll have that long run to the finish. Let's see if, as they come to pit road, we're going to try and talk to one of the drivers that we haven't got to talk too much this season, Darren Silva. Hey, Darren, it's Doug. You got me? Hey, Darren, it's Doug in the booth. You got me? Unfortunately, it looks like Darren has not got his mic problems worked out. That is a bit of a downer. He has been moving his way up all night long. Meanwhile, this time Gardner comes off pit road with the lead. Let's see if we can talk to our stage 2 winner, Patrick Gitter. Hey, Patrick, it's Doug. You got me?
Yep, got you, Doug.
You guys had a little bit of a battle there in the middle of that stage and allowed some guys to catch up. You going to be a little bit more careful this time or a little bit more aggressive?
Man, I don't know what the strategy is, honestly. First stage, I tried to save a little bit of tire, and I got burned on that. And then that last stage, I was a little more aggressive up front, but then, as you guys saw, Justin and I were up duking it out, towards middle of the stage, towards the end too. I mean, didn't get much separation, so I don't know what the strategy play is. We'll kind of see how this goes.
Well, you got the lead on pit road on the last stage. Now Gardner's back up front. Is track position going to be huge here? Or we heard Gardner say earlier, it is really tough to pass here tonight.
Yeah, it is. That first stage, Jacob Morgan and I ran side by side for a few laps, and you definitely burned tires. It reminds me of the officials were running next gens at Texas a couple weeks ago, and this car and track combo reminds me a lot of that. It's fast. The car's not incredibly difficult to drive, but it's just tough to pass, and you've got to be strategic on when you make the pass, because if you take too much time to do it, you're going to burn your tires up.
Well, man, you came into the second round of the playoffs. You've got the points lead, but Gardner is nipping at your heels. Good luck tonight. I think you're going to need it.
Yeah, man, competition's close. I appreciate it. See what happens. Thanks, Doug.
So Patrick Gitter comes off pit road in 4th place as they get ready to stack back up. Clay Kirchenbauer comes back out in 3rd. Very consistent here tonight. Just needs a little bit something extra to put him over the top. But Nowski is back out on track, fully functional, all repaired and ready to go after his incident early in stage 2. Lance Spawnberg is back out on track, but several laps down. Jared Woodard also back out on track, fully repaired, but also several laps down. As they stack back up for the restart. Darren, I feel for you, buddy. If I get some time this weekend, Darren, I'll holler at you. We'll see if we can figure out what's going on. Gardner and Swafford will lead them down. Kirchenbauer and Gitter on the 2nd row. Morgan and Newby on the 3rd. Tyler Ott, Richie Joplin, Colby Whipple, and PJ Cox rounding out the top 10. And you know we haven't done it yet tonight. Why don't, when the pace car drops in, I'll shut up. You guys turn up your volume and crank it up. There goes the pace car. And that is always a good time as Jeremy Gardner breaks away, sets the fastest lap of the race. Clay Kirchenbauer makes his way to 2nd place though. As we saw earlier in the race, Clay really good on the long run, just pushing the aggression here a little bit early. Can he make both work in the same run at the same time to finally get to victory lane this season? Gitter all over his back bumper. Swafford back in 4th. Newby in 5th. Morgan back in 6th. Richie Joplin in 7th. Tyler Ott in 8th. And look who's made his way into the top 10 for the first time tonight. Colby Whipple. A little bobble out of Whipple. Oh, Whipple's in the wall. He's around. And caution. First caution of the night for an incident. Let's watch what happened again. A little bobble out of turn 4 gets loose. I think he might have had some help while he was trying to catch the car. Let's watch it from the blimp and see if he got a left tap. Obviously, he had to slide up the track trying to save that loose race. No, he did not get a bump. It just snapped loose on him again while he was trying to save it. So Colby Whipple will definitely be on pit road here. He's got right rear damage. The one driver that did not want to see this caution, Jeremy Gardner, he was starting to break away a little bit. Let's see if we can... Well, let's make sure they don't go to pit road. I'd be very surprised to see any drivers on pit road for anything more than a splash of fuel. But in all honesty, tires are a much bigger deal here than fuel. Nobody comes to pit road. Let's see if we can talk to Clay Kirchenbauer. Hey, Clay, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug, how's it going?
Hey, really good. I have to say, man, you had some late run speed in stage one, and are you going to be able to do something with them here late in the race?
I think it's going to be pretty similar to 2 weeks ago, and I just feel like they're a little better on new tires. I don't know if that's me or... I'm sure it's me, but I feel like I do a pretty decent job of saving them. I don't know. I feel like I'm about a fourth place car tonight, so we'll see how the yellows fall. Feel pretty safe in points and feel pretty good with the next two tracks, so we'll see if any pit strategy presents itself, but yeah, I'm just trying to be smart.
I have to say, we've talked about it several times this season, so many close calls with Victory Lane, and it was, your closest run was 2 weeks ago at a track very much like this where tires did play a big factor. Do you have a little something in your back pocket in case an opportunity presents itself here?
No. The answer to that is no. I'm just going to do my best to be smart and not burn these things up. I feel like the first run I drove a lot easier and than the second run. And the second run my tires were a little better. And I think that was just the line selection more than anything, rather than how hard I'm driving it. And so that's something interesting to take note of. But you know, I just really got to save the tires on this long run. So we'll see what happens.
All right, buddy. Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Clay's saying he's got about a fourth place car, but I don't know. Late in that first run, he looked awfully fast compared to everybody else. As they begin to stack back up, does look like we're going to get... no, lights are still on the pace car. Darren Silva now up 8 spots into 13th place. As he's actually the biggest mover right now. Then is Brandon Newby up 7 spots into 5th. Several drivers up 3 and 4 spots. Kevin Bernheimer up 4 spots into 16th. Justin Swafford up 3 spots into 3rd. Clay Kirchmeyer up 4 spots into 4th. Colby Whipple on his way off pit road. Does look like he'll maintain the lead lap. Jerry Woodard back in 19th. The first car not on the lead lap. He is several laps down. Barney the flagman tells them 1 to green. They begin to stack back up. Gardner and Gitter on the front row. Swafford and Kirchenbauer on the second. Newbie and Morgan on the third. Richie Joplin, Tyler Ott on the fourth, and PJ Cox and Nowski has made his way back up into the top 10. Pudge got sent almost a lap down. After an incident earlier on in the race in stage 2, he got sent almost a lap down after getting the wall, ending up in the grass. Now he's worked his way back toward the top 10. Can he continue to fight his way forward? Here they come. Pace car is in. Gardner controls the restart. He's in the zone. Green flag is in the air. Gardner's away. Swafford's got the nose in under Gitter as they go towards turn 1. We've seen a couple guys try to make it 3 wide early on in a run here. Nobody pushing it though. Gardner trying to open up a lead as Gitter and Swafford battle it out. Kirchenbauer and Morgan, all three are 3 wide back behind. Tyler Ott looks like he's going to come out on the winning end of that and comes right to Newbie's back bumper. Oh, Ott's around. Caution. Big wreck. Several cars involved. Watch Tyler Ott in the green car as he comes towards turn 1. Oh, looks like Richie might have got the left rear. A lot of great evasive driving there. Let's take a look overhead. Richie gets a run down into... Oh, Richie just a little tap. Then Richie gets a tap as well. Several cars get caught up, but the vast majority avoided it. Looked like Kevin Bernheimer had some problems in that, trying to avoid the wreck. Bernheimer gets to the low side. Oh, has to get hard onto the brakes. Brody Green right in front of him. Bernheimer sacrificed himself to not get into another driver. "20 laps into the..." Oh, a lot of guys fake into pit road. That was the biggest fake to pit road I've ever seen. Let's see if we can talk to Brandon Newby. Hey, Newby, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir.
That was probably the biggest fake to pit road I've ever seen.
Man, that started with Gitter. I thought he was coming.
That was really impressive, but man, I have to tell you, Blake Viken's been cheering for you all night.
Yeah, I really highly doubt that.
Yeah, he did say that Sheldon's been paid off to wreck you, and now Sheldon's about 4 spots back. Are you a little worried?
I'm not really worried, man. We take everything Butter says with a grain of salt.
Well, man, that was a great fake out, and you have managed to fight your way up throughout the race, up into the top 5. Do you got any more positions left in you?
I really hope so, man. And I'm right here with a good group of guys up front, and so I hope it all pans out. But all I'm going to say is 926, and OU still sucks.
You know how I feel about OU.
Aren't you on the booster club or something?
No, hook 'em horns, buddy.
Yes, sir, man. I'm going to get back on here and try to see what I can do here.
Good luck, buddy. Brandon Newby obviously having a good time out there. He's back up in the top 5 booster club for OU. I might have to go track Newbie down and slap him for that one. They stack back up for the restart. Gardner and Swafford on the front row. Gitter and Morgan have the second. Newbie and Pudge now up on the third row. Pudge avoiding all that chaos that time. PJ Cox, Darren Silva have the fourth row. Jeff Sheldon and Colby Whipple rounding out the top 10. Huge shout out to my buddy Kevin Bernheimer, sacrificing himself to not get into another driver. His car still damaged. Not sure how fast he'll be, but what a good sport. Paulo, I'll definitely do that, buddy. Evan cheering on Darren Silva. Darren having an up and down kind of night, but now up into the top 10 for the first time. Pace car diving in. Here they go into the restart zone. Gardner leading them down. He controls it. He waits, fires, green flag in the air. Swafford gets him underneath. Gitter looking underneath Swafford now into turn one. Exact opposite of the last restart. Oh, there's some cars sliding around out of turn two. Clay Kirchenbauer lost a lot of ground on that incident. He is now back into 13th, but he is charging. Kirchenbauer picking up spots every lap. Clay is definitely on the move here tonight. Darren Silva, the biggest mover of the night, up 14 spots. Pudge in 6th, directly ahead. Silva sets his sights on him. And Silva getting a lot of cheers now coming from Casey Crawford as well. In that first run, Silva gained about 5 or 6 spots and then just stalled. Man, he is coming alive here. Drivers will have to make one more pit stop. Gardner still in the lead, a small gap on Gitter. Swafford in third, Newbie now in fourth. Jacob Morgan now in fifth. Pudge running in sixth, Silva in seventh, Jeffrey Goodpaster in eighth, Brody Green in ninth, and PJ Cox in 10th. PJ still got a little damage from that last incident. Clay Kirchenbauer now back up into 11th as he marches his way forward. Now he's up to 10. Gardner's lead now just 0.4 of a second. Kirchenbauer said on that second run he changed up his line, had more speed and less tire wear. He's doing something right here after that pit stop. Clay now looking underneath Brody Green. That's the battle for 9th place. Clay down to the inside. Jeffrey Goodpaster, who was fading earlier on, has now gotten past Darren Silva up into 7th. Mudge still holding on to 6 after a catastrophic second stage. He barely manages to hold on to the lead lap. Now he's back up in 6th, trying to run down Jacob Morgan. Jacob still holding on to 5th, trying to catch Newbie in 4th. Oh, a little bobble out of Swafford out of turn 2. He's keeping his foot in it. Patrick Gidder trying to make a run for the lead here. He gets a good run out of turn 4, but Gardner, just slightly better, pulls away. Clay Kirchenbauer continuing his march. He is now up into 8th place, running down Jeffrey Goodpaster. Richie Joplin down to 9th, Darren Silva in 10th. Looks like Silva has some right side damage since the last caution. Just might have kissed the wall just a little bit. Richie Joplin has been a championship contender all season long. His best season so far. Clay Kirchenbauer now looking under Goodpaster for 7th. They will have to make one final stop. Tire strategy, pit stop strategy is going to be huge here tonight. In 5 laps, everybody will be within the window, but it looks like PJ Cox is the first driver on pit road. Gidder has been able to stay with Gardner, but has not been able to find a way around him here. This could be decided on pit road. Jacob Morgan is now caught up to Brandon Newby. This is the battle for 4th. Morgan loose off 2. Most of these drivers have been out there for just over 30 laps on this set of tires. Kirchenbauer, who pitted on lap 76 a little bit later, under that first caution in stage 3, he is starting to make his way up past Pudge. Kirchenbauer now into 6th. "15-lap pressure tires making a huge difference for Clay here. Last time by, he was a quarter of a second faster than everybody in front of him. Jacob Morgan still haunting the back bumper of Brandon Newby. Gardner starting to open up a little bit of a lead on Gidder. Bernheimer is on pit road. Kevin Bernheimer, PJ Cox, the first two to pit. Swafford now holding on to third, Newby in fourth, Morgan in fifth, but Kirchenbauer's coming by on the high side. Kirchenbauer through 3 and 4 has got a run. He gets Morgan and goes for Newby in the same move. Morgan a little loose off 4. Kirchenbauer now to 4th as he tries to run down the leaders. Kirchenbauer now to the high side on Swafford. Can't get there yet, falls into line. Meanwhile, the battle from 4th on back is heating up as Brandon Newby, Jacob Morgan, Pujanowski, and now Richie Joplin all right there. Newby down to the bottom as Kirchenbauer goes to the bottom for 3rd. He gets up a little push into Swafford. Newby's headed to pit road. Gardner's on pit road. Kirchenbauer to the lead for the first time. Kirchenbauer can stretch this for a couple of laps, but he can't let him get too many laps on those fresh tires ahead of him. Swafford tries to come back down to the bottom. He could be coming to pit road. No, Swafford goes by pit road. Jacob Morgan comes to pit road. Swafford and Kirchenbauer side by side, but Swafford's going to go to the lead. And no, Kirchenbauer's not going to let him have it easy. Ryan McDaniel now on pit road. Swafford is in. Richie Joplin is in. Tyler Ott now to 2nd place. Darren Silva stays out. Sheldon stays out to 3rd and 4th. And of the drivers who have been to pit road, guess who's back out front? Jeremy Gardner has a 3-second lead right now over Patrick Gitter. Clay Kirchenbauer continuing to click the laps away. Tyler Ott now on pit road. Clay continues to stay out. Darren Silva now in 2nd. Jeff Sheldon in 3rd. Silva to pit road. Sheldon stays out. Gardner just set the fastest lap of the race. Kirchenbauer has to have a perfect stop here. Does he come this time? Yes, he does. Clay Kirchenbauer gives up the lead. He's coming to pit road. He will come out with the freshest tires. The long, slow drive down pit road. Jeff Sheldon, who has not pitted for the final time, takes the lead. Kirchenbauer in his pit stall. Gardner's going to come by as Kirchenbauer comes off pit road. Kirchenbauer drifting back as cars come by, but he will have the freshest tires out. Meanwhile, Jeff Sheldon continues to lead here. Gardner in second, flying around the track, has a 3.3 second lead over Gitter in third. Sheldon gives up the lead. Gardner will reclaim the lead while Sheldon is on pit road. But the real question right now is Clay Kirchenbauer, 11 seconds behind the leader. He's got to gain at least half a second a lap. Jeff Sheldon on his way off pit road. Kirchenbauer definitely sending it here. He is one of the fastest cars on track at the moment, but still 10.5 seconds behind the leader, Jeremy Gardner. Gardner with a 3.2 second lead over Gitter. Pudge now up into third. Jacob Morgan runs in fourth. Fifth place is, holy cow, Justin Swafford in fifth. Newbie way loose off to in sixth. Patrick Pieper runs in seventh. Richie Joplin in eighth. Clay Kirchenbauer in ninth. Jeffrey Goodpaster currently running in 10th. Kirchenbauer coming by Woodard. That is not a spot. Woodard a couple laps down. Gardner starting to extend his lead even further. Now 3.3 seconds. Gitter in second place. Pudge in third. Pudge is gaining on him. Justin Swafford currently runs in fourth. Jacob Morgan in fifth. Wow, Jacob Morgan, a power move out of four, trying to get underneath Swafford. Can't get there yet. And a huge shout out to Brad Hunt, who just became a new supporter. Thank you, buddy. Really appreciate it. Gitter now in second place, almost 3.5 seconds back. Pudge in third. Clay Kirchenbauer still in ninth, but he has caught Richie Joplin. Kirchenbauer down to the bottom, Richie on the high side. Kirchenbauer clears, now sets his sights on Brandon Newby. But Gardner is 9 seconds ahead. If he had pitted maybe 2 laps sooner. Darren Silva, who is battling in the top 10, has now slipped back into 15th. Still a great run up 6 spots. Brandon Newby having one of his better runs here tonight. Currently runs in 6th place. Kirchenbauer now up to 7th, still running Newby down. Kirchenbauer still has a good shot at a top 5 finish. He's currently a half a second a lap faster than everybody ahead of him, but with 12 laps to go and 8 seconds behind the leader, he's got to go even faster. Gardner's lead now 3.5 seconds over Gitter. Gitter has pulled away from Pudge. Swafford, now Jacob Morgan has started blinking. Swafford in 4th is caught up to Pudge. Morgan holds on to 5th for the moment, but Kirchenbauer is there. Kirchenbauer down to the bottom in 3. Morgan tried to block the run, couldn't get there. Now it's Clay back in the top 5. Nine laps to go. Gardner's lead, 3.9 seconds over Patrick Gitter. Pudge still holding on to 3rd. Swafford still with him. Oh, Pudge! A little loose out of 4. Swafford's got to run. Justin Swafford gets the nose and he comes up clear into 3rd. Gitter currently running in 2nd, but Gardner's lead over 4 seconds now. Kirchenbauer still running Pudge down, and Swafford and Gitter. Clay Curley, the fastest car on the track. Meanwhile, Gardner continues to extend that lead. Ryan McDaniel coming off pit road. Clay Kirchenbauer now coming by Pudge for 4th. Sets his sights on Swafford in 3rd. Six laps to go. Gardner in the lead, 5 to go. Gitter in 2nd, Swafford in 3rd, Kirchenbauer in 4th. What a charge out of Clay. Pudge back to 5th, Morgan in 6th, Richie Joplin currently running in 7th, Newby in 8th, Tyler Ott sitting in 9th, and Patrick Pieper in 10th. Gardner continuing to extend his lead, almost 5 seconds over Patrick Gitter. Swafford in 3rd is about to have his hands full. Here comes Clay Kirchenbauer. 3 laps to go for Jeremy Gardner. Only a mistake by Gardner at this point would end his win. He just needs to be consistent for 2 more laps. And it looks like Kirchenbauer's tires may have equalized with the rest of the field. He has gotten to Swafford but been unable to get by. Gardner comes out of 4. And Barney waves the white flag. 1 more lap to go for Jeremy Gardner. Patrick Gitter pretty secure in 2nd, Swafford in 3rd. Blake Kirchenbauer, what a comeback to finish 4th, and Jacob Morgan, another top 5 finish. And here comes Gardner, another win at Kentucky. Jeremy Gardner pulls off the win. Patrick Gitter comes home in 2nd, Swafford in 3rd. Kirchenbauer coming home in 4th, and Jacob Morgan in 5th. And let's see if we can get our word with our top 3, starting with Justin Swafford. Hey, Swafford, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug, what's going on?
Hey, that was an exciting last bit of the race, and it looked like you had a Ford closing in on you rather quickly.
Yeah, I looked up and he came up quick, and I said, "Oh boy, we got to go to make sure we keep this 3rd place." So,
man, it's definitely exactly what you need to do. You've been up there in the points contention all season long. You've had an awesome season. Can you get up here and keep yourself relevant and pull off a championship?
I'm hoping so. I'm getting faster with these things every week, and actually getting used to how they run and how they drive. So, getting used to it and getting better every week. Hopefully, we can put this thing in front of Patty and Jeremy soon.
Well, good luck, man. Congratulations. That was an awesome run tonight.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, Patrick Gitter comes home in 2nd place. Gitter, that was a really impressive run there. It looked like you had something for him early on.
Jeremy was fast all race, and that last green flag run, I knew it was going to come down to pit stops, and for whatever reason, I think I spun my tires too much, come out of the pits, came out, I don't know, 2 seconds back, and then Jeremy just pulled away, man. He was fast all night, so hats off to him.
Man, another great run. The points battle is going to be even closer going into the next race, and you guys look like you're going to be duking it out throughout the playoffs.
Yeah, man, I hope so. It's fun racing. Gardner and I, we've gone back and forth a good bit this season. I enjoy running with him. A lot of respect between the 2 of us. So, I think it's going to be fun. And there's a lot of guys that are close in the points. I mean, I'm looking at some names, Swafford, Clay. I mean, the list goes on. So I think it'll be fun to see how it plays out.
How closely were you watching the relative after Kirchenbauer's final pit stop?
Man, I know. We were talking about that just a second ago. I mean, he was flying, moving through the field, and then I'm also watching Justin in my mirror because I see he closes the gap down to a 2nd, and I had just cooked my right front trying to see if I could catch Gardner. So last 5 laps, I was just thinking, just don't get it sideways, and I'll be all right.
Man, it paid off. You had another great run. Congratulations, man.
Yep. Thanks, Doug.
And another win for Jeremy Gardner. Jeremy, you blew your engine celebrating this one.
Oh, yeah, I did.
That was a pretty epic celebration. But, man, you after that last stop, you just checked out. I think that's the biggest win of the season so far at 5 seconds.
Oh, yeah, it definitely was. I think pitting one I did definitely helped me, and I got off pit road perfect, so
that definitely helped.
Having that first pit stall is a huge benefit under caution, but man, under green flag, it really, really helps. You can just full throttle out of your stop.
Oh, absolutely. If it wasn't for me getting on pit road, I almost got a speeding penalty. I was like, yep, I'm screwed. And sure enough, it didn't throw it. So,
Well,
thankfully.
Yeah, thankfully, and then you pull off another great win, man. That was a really awesome, especially that final stage, plus the stage win earlier on, and that makes you and Gitter, some of these other guys, the points are going to be really tight throughout this playoff.
Oh yeah, they're for sure they're gonna be tight for sure. I mean, Justin, Getter, Clay, all of us running up front each week. It's gonna be a battle towards the end.
Well, man, keep it up. Congratulations on the win. If I get my retirement check, I'll take you for ice cream tomorrow.
I'm fine with that. Make sure we get some bacon.
Congratulations, Gardner.
Appreciate it.
Jeremy Gardner gets another win plus a stage win. A big, big night for the 48. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you're following us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. A lot of big stuff coming, especially for our new subscribers. Expect some big stuff coming in the next few weeks, and especially going into 2023. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope y'all had as much fun as we did tonight. Have a wonderful night.